In 28 days, I'm going to cover 28 questions or topics related to selling your home. Welcome to 28 and 28. I'm the host of Real Estate Analysis with dweddle, and you're watching episode 8. Our topic: how does my agent get paid when selling a house? Well, the total agent fees can be from 4 to 7%. Let's say you've decided to pay 6%, with 3% of that going to the seller and 3% of that going to the buyer. As the seller, you'll be responsible for paying your agent through your sale profits. You'll also pay the commission of the buyer's agent. You won't need to write a bunch of big checks or bring wads of cash to the closing table. A closing agent will handle the distribution of funds when you close. They'll hold money from the buyer in escrow and use it to pay everyone, including your agent. Escrow is a third-party account where the funds are kept until it's time to be distributed. It's important to remember that the agent will be splitting their commission with a broker. So if we take the commission I spoke of earlier and look at what the agent will actually be paid, the 3% breaks down in many instances to nearly 2% that they'll actually be paid. Now take into consideration taxes. They're closer to 1.5% in their pocket in the end. Most agents are considered self-employed or subcontractors. Therefore, most pay their own health insurance and other business expenses. How realtor commission works: realtors typically aren't paid a salary and don't make money up front when they take on a new client looking to buy or sell a home. Instead, they earn a commission on the home sale when the deal closes. Commission rates are talked about as a single percentage, often between the 5 and 7% of your home sale price. However, as I previously mentioned, that is not meant to imply that you are only paying one agent. Typically, the seller's agent splits this fee with the buyer's agent, who brings one of their clients to purchase the home. Since the realtor commission comes out of the proceeds from the home sale, which otherwise would go to the seller, people usually say that the seller pays for both realtor fees. So why would the seller pay for the buyer's agent? There are a couple of ways of looking at it. But essentially, the buyer's agent commission is a marketing expense to attract buyers. Here's how that works. As a seller, if you don't offer a buyer's agent commission, buyers who want to work with an agent will have to pay their agent out of their own pocket. That means buyers will have to bring 2 to 3% of the home's price in cash to pay their agent on top of their down payment, making your home much less affordable than similar homes nearby that are offering a buyer's agent commission. What does a real estate commission cover? Well, real estate commission is typically all-inclusive. It covers all aspects of the marketing and sale of your home. Most agents will do the following to market your home or to sell your home. They'll perform a comparative market analysis, or CMA, which will help properly price your home. They'll list your home on the MLS, or the multiple listing service. They promote your home on various websites, popular real estate sites like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, and so on. Most pay for professional photos. They will set up and coordinate showings. They will help you with the legal paperwork. And a good realtor does negotiations on your behalf. Realtors front the time and money needed to market your home. You don't pay them anything until you finalize the sale. That means if your home doesn't sell, your realtor is the one taking the hit. The question of what commission covers is less important. As mentioned previously, buyers do not typically have to pay real estate commissions. Your agent's fees are usually paid for by the seller out of their proceeds generated from their home sale. Furthermore, there is less variation in the services provided by buyer's agents, as almost all buyer's agents will help their clients find homes, schedule showings, attend inspections, help with the legal paperwork, submit and negotiate the offer. While the services outlined above are what agents typically offer, the level of service will vary from agent to agent. So how will you know what your realtor is willing to do and what services they'll pay for when selling your home? Typically, these details of what your agent will do to sell your home is decided when you sign your listing agreement. They may provide this in a form of marketing plan, which presents agents' plan for attracting potential buyers. If you want more expensive marketing, such as staging, 3D tours, or extensive social media advertising, your agent may refuse to pay that out of their own pocket. If you know you want these things for your home, make sure you discuss this with your agent before you sign your listing agreement. I will have additional tips and links in the details on my YouTube channel. If you happen to have a question that you would like to see as a topic on my 28 and 28 series, please leave it in the comments. I would appreciate it if you'd like this video, share it to your friends, go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Be sure and hit the little bell so you get notifications when I upload a new video. And as always, thank you for watching Real Estate Analysis with Donnie Weddle.